Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. My name is Angel. Today I wanted to do a review of a dress that I made. Actually, you can probably see them in the corner because they're sitting right behind me. It is the Deer and Doe Myosotis dress. And this dress is described as an oversized shirt dress with inseam pockets. Version A has sleeve ruffles and a tiered skirt. Version B has plain sleeves and a gathered skirt. And I have made both versions. So what I really wanted to do was just go over this pattern, give my opinion on whether I think it's beginner friendly or not, because if you don't know, I am a beginner sewist. I just started sewing this, well, time out, hold on. So I have had a sewing machine for a long time, and before I went to Japan, I was like, all right, I'm gonna learn how to sew. So I bought some sewing books, but I was like, all right, let me start with something easy. So I made like bows, and I made some like pouches, but I sewed the zipper wrong backwards. Like, I wasn't doing that good. Before this, I couldn't even sew a button on a shirt. I had to Google it. But anyway. So yeah, but let's talk about, is this pattern beginner friendly? Because I'm a beginner, so I think I can tell you. And we'll just go over all that fun stuff. So to begin, I don't want my hair behind my ear, but I do want it out of my face. This pattern is the Deer and Doe Myosotis pattern, and it's from their Botany collection. The paper pattern, which I have here, comes in sizes, it's a French pattern, by the way. So it's sizes 34 to 46, and the PDF version of it has extended sizes from 48 to 52 included in them. So down here at the bottom, they have levels of difficulty, and they have levels 1 through level 5. This pattern is supposed to be a level 3. So I guess that is kind of intermediate level. Spoiler alert, a beginner can do it, obviously, because I did it twice and it still hasn't fallen apart. So if you don't want to wait to the end, that's obviously something got done. But let's talk about the versions A and version B. Like I said before, I did make a dress of both versions. This one is my version A, which it's a little bit of a busy pattern, but I absolutely love it. This is actually a quilting cotton by Cotton and Steel called Kasumisou, and the color is indigo. And I'll put links down below of where I got everything. So you can see here that it has the sleeve ruffle, and the bottom has this cute ruffle, has like a cute ruffle skirt down here. This also has 3 buttons in the front. When I did this version, I didn't know how to do the buttons the right way, so I'm missing the button on this one, but all my buttons are here on this one. Thanks, Google. But it has 3 buttons in the front, and then this opening here kind of comes down to like right here. It's just open, and then you have your buttons, and it has a stand collar, which was something I also had to learn how to do for this pattern. And then this here is my version B, and this one I made it in a cotton double gauze. This has the plain sleeve, which I think is really cute. And I tried to get a little bit fancy and add another tier to it. It didn't really work out the way I intended, but your girl is happy. All right. Listen, trying my best out here. And then the fabric for the this polka dot one, that is a Nani. It is a Nani Kokka Melodie Croquis version C. For me, my measurements, I am a 40 in the bust, 34 inches in my waist, and 44 inches in my hips. And I sewed the largest size in the pattern, which is a 46, and it worked out for me because it's an oversized style, so I didn't really have to worry about, I knew it was gonna fit. Now, I will say that I didn't think I was going to like this dress. I don't really care for like oversized articles of clothing. Sometimes I feel like, first off, I'm a little chunky, and I'm not tall. So I feel like sometimes if there's too much fabric, I get lost. And then you can add a belt, but picking out where to put the belt, I don't really have like an OD sense of style. You know what I'm saying? So, but I ended up seeing that pattern all over the internet in so many different versions and made out of different types of fabric. And I was like, oh, it might be cute. And I was on the fence about it. And then I was like, I'm just going to buy it. And I'm really glad I did because I love it. Obviously, I made two. And if I didn't have other things that I wanted to make to try and learn new stuff, I'd make another one because it's the fabric I chose is really comfortable. I love it. The regular version of the dress comes to just above my knee. Like I said, I'm 5'5", 5'6". Give me the inch. I'm 5'6", and it comes just above my knee. The version where I added a second tier to it comes just below my knee. So I have two different lengths there. So I do think the design is very flattering, especially because like right here around the waist, right over here, it kind of like tightens up, like cinches in a little bit, and then your skirt flares out. So that's always flattering on a variety of people and body types, Was this pattern difficult? Oh boy. I don't think it was difficult. The instructions come in both French and English, and I think they are very detailed and they're very easy to follow. The good thing about this dress is that because it is such a popular pattern, if you just Google Deer and Doe Myosotis dress, that you can come across so many different websites like blogs and even sew-alongs on YouTube that will kind of like help you get through parts where you might be stuck or help you see how things fit together. And they might have like other tips and tricks as well. I don't think you have to do it. I think the instructions are good on their own, but I think that is very helpful, and it does make it a little bit easier for somebody who is a beginner to tackle this pattern, even though it's supposed to be a 3 out of 5 on their difficulty level. My sewing brain is still developing, so I have a lot of trouble seeing things or reading things on paper and then figuring out how it's supposed to be in 3D. So being able to look up a variety of resources like sew-alongs and having those instructions to be able to just see how things are supposed to fit together was very helpful for me. If you don't know how to do a lot of things, you'll also learn quite a bit doing this pattern. So I had never done gathers, learned how to do gathers. I needed more practices with darts. This baby got like 4 darts on it. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Hold on. Oh no, this thing has 6 darts, 4 in the front, 2 in the back. So now I see darts. Before I would see the darts and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how to do these darts. What am I going to do? Now I see darts and I'm just like, yo, flying through it because they're not even that hard. I'm just over exaggerating in my life, but I'm very dramatic, so it makes sense. I also learned how to do a stand collar. I did have to get extra help for that, and that is where I looked towards Professor Pincushion. God, her videos are so informative. Like, you can see a video on pretty much, she has a video for just about anything, and they are so clear and easy to follow. Like if you need help with something, I thoroughly recommend. So Professor Pincushion was out here saving my life, helping us get this done. I did my stand collar. I learned how to sew a button because like I said, listen, they need home economics back in US schools. Like you learn how to do this stuff in Japanese schools. I have no clue. Last time I had home economics was my freshman year in high school, and I just remember cooking. I don't remember like learning how to sew or anything. And then I also learned how to hem something that's extremely long because the bottom of this dress is about 1 mile long, and getting the hem to be even all around was a little bit difficult, but somehow we made it. So, with all of that being said, do I think that this pattern is beginner friendly? I 100% think it is. And to recap why I feel that way is because, one, I'm a beginner and I did it. So, like, what? Two, you can find resources for just about anything you might have a question on online. And three, the instructions that it came with were really thorough. And the pattern itself, it might seem intimidating, but it's really not. I think if you're a beginner, the hardest thing you're going to have, the things you're going to have the most trouble with might be like the gathers, the collar, and for me, like the hem, because those are like long stretches of sewing, and you got to figure out like what do we do here. But I think it's totally beginner friendly. So yeah, definitely 120% Jelly approved. I love the pattern. If you think like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna really like that, that's what I thought. I love it. Give it a shot. Let me know how it goes. Okay? Okay. And that is pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say. I'm not gonna keep you here for like 20 years. Other than that, if you had like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel or don't. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You already know. You're gonna do what you wanna do, right? But I will see you in the next video. Hope you have a great day. That is all for me.